Hey guys, it's the History Nerd, and we are back with another exciting episode of Silent Hunter 5. Where we last left off, we went and stuck our head in Scapa Flow, and, you know, I don't think, I don't think we came away with too much that one would consider would be worth it. What did we get? A medium freighter and a cinnamon tanker. So, that's in jest, by the way. The name is actually Cimarron. It's not a tanker full of delicious spices. So we're, bugging out of the area, which is generally a good thing to do. We also don't have any missions in particular at the moment. I'm a little tempted to head back and just, end the patrol again, just to try and get some time to pass, get us some missions, because we should be moving into Lorient. We should be looking for things out here. Now, this leads us, it's 1940. We're going to be just kicking off the Happy Times mission, which is the second, mission grouping in the game. But fairly quickly after that, we're going to be looking at doing a branch. And we've got to ask ourselves, are we going North America? Are we going Mediterranean? Now, in the first season of Silent Hunter, we made it to North America. And, aside from the whole resupply issue, we did okay. I certainly wouldn't say that Guntram von Babenberg was amazing out in the American coast. We certainly did well. My thinking, because personally, I would love to see some Mediterranean action. My concern with that is that the Mediterranean is going to be kind of like a big English channel. So for this intro, by the way, I'm going to be rambling a little bit. Hope you guys don't mind. Don't worry, we'll get to boat sinking at some point. So if we take a look at, the Atlantic, there's not much in the way of aircraft. Obviously, once you get into the coast of the United States and Canada, we start getting air patrols, and the air gap does definitely close as time goes on. But for a lot of the Atlantic campaign, we don't really have to worry about aircraft, unless of course there's an aircraft carrier. But then that just means we've got a juicy target. The Mediterranean is entirely different. So obviously, first off, clearing Gibraltar, I've done it once. My God, it's going from here to here would be an episode's worth of excitement. Don't mean to oversell it. But then once you get in here, it's there's always going to be aircraft, and most of the ships in the area are going to be military. So it comes down to, one, do we feel like dealing with metric butt tons of aircraft? I don't know if we do or not. And two, we can still see the island, but nobody's coming for us. I know, there's nothing out there. That's just the sun, man. The sun's not going to kill us. It's, the Mediterranean, it's almost strictly a military campaign. Not saying that there's not going to be freighter ships in the Med, but, mostly we're going to be looking at taking on allied, Navy ships. As opposed, of course, to those other ships. Are we going to run into issues here? Should we maybe kick up our speed a little bit? I'll just keep my eye on this destroyer while I ramble. Is it even a destroyer? It might just be a torpedo boat, which, in that case, whatever, come get me. I will kill you with flak guns.
Shallow waters, Captain.
Or, maybe a deck gun, or maybe we'll just submerge and run away. Regardless, we'll keep our eye open. Look at that wake. 18 knots, man. I'm liking the way the Grey Wolf has turned out. Yeah, so anyway, do we want to face ridiculous, horrible things? From a success standpoint, if I remember my history correctly, not a lot of the U-boats survived the Mediterranean campaign. So would we? But it would be neat. It would certainly be neat to see an entirely different area and engage in entirely different type of submarine warfare in the Med. than in, the Atlantic. Ultimately, we can't change the course of the war, so we know we're going to lose in the Med anyway, which means at some point we're going to have to come back out past Gibraltar. Which I'm sure, as time goes on, the defenses here just get built up more and more and more. Or do we want to go out to the Atlantic and do what would be, quote-unquote, a traditional U-boat run?
We are in shallow waters, Captain.
Especially now that I know how to get those supply problems sorted. Because all you gotta do is just make sure Wolfram's using secure communications, and then apparently you can order in a U-boat. So, that is tempting, but it's something we've done before. So, I don't know. I would like to know what you guys want to see, because ultimately, this series is here for you guys, right? Like, you're here watching it. What do you guys want to see? So let me know in the comments below. Other than that, the plan for today, I don't know. Do we want to just come down the coast of England and head to Wilhelmshaven? I think we might do that. The aircraft will, of course, be annoying, but, we can deal. So maybe we'll just do something like that.
Course 3, 5,
Right, come past on the south end of Helgoland, and, if we run into anything along this way, we run into something along the way and we got something to do. If we don't run into anything along the way, then we can end the mission. Hopefully coming back to more things to do. And otherwise, I just gotta restart from square one in happy times and take it from there. I think that about covers it for the intro today. So I'm gonna continue on with the course I've set. I will see you guys when I've got something more exciting to share. See you in a bit. Hey guys, how's it going? It's me back, obviously. I don't know where I was going with that intro. You may be looking out the window there and saying, "History nerd, that looks like a very different port. What's going on?" Well, I returned to Wilhelmshaven and did the rebase. It is now July the 1st, and we are in our old stomping grounds of Lorient. So that's a good start. A little concerning is the lack of any missions going on, but you know what? We'll sort that out as time goes by.
Minimum speed ahead.
Go ahead
New waypoint. Course 3.
and start plotting our way
Course,
out of this
new
damn
waypoint.
port.
Course 27.
It's
New
not
waypoint.
as
Course
bad as it looks.
26.
But it's still a little frustrating. That's fine. And of course, when leaving Lorient, let's make sure we go straight down the middle and not run aground. So, we're out in the far west coast of Europe, which is good. We have 3 promotion points to spend. So let's see who can use them. I think Willie is looking all good, all right.
Sighted, bearing 86.
We could go for better depth or better maneuvering underwater, but that's not really all that big of a concern. We're not going to do any of these because this adjusts the range.
Submarine sighted.
And
It's one of ours, bearing 51.
then a very easy auto aim will not work. We might as well do a row of that to get things working a bit better there. We have no... Well, you know what? Can we afford to do that? No, that requires 2 points. And then do we have just one special? Not really. I guess we could go for a little more accuracy. Max could always use a little bit more accuracy. So there's the crew of the Grey Wolf. Everyone's looking pretty good. Our morale, it says there, is 100 out of 100. But, it's probably not 100 out of 100. That's fine. Well, we slowly make our way out of port.
Waters, Captain.
4 whole knots. Let's talk to the crew.
Yes, sir.
I know you
That
like to
guy
play
is
pranks.
Yes, sir.
That's all we got there. I would imagine at some point we should get some more crew interactions. Right, we're clear of the worst bit.
Slow speed ahead.
Let's go up the speed too. Now we may still be ripping through the port at a fairly decent clip, but well, you know what? We'll see. That I don't know. Unless one of those submarines is underwater, I have a feeling there was a little bit of an accident there. We'll be fine on that turn. So, yeah, what's the plan? I mean, I guess the plan is to probably head out into the Atlantic and do some sinking. My concern, of course, is the lack of missions. That might be because we have technically failed. I guess we'll see by the end of the episode what's going on with that. I mean, then we can get into the philosophical questions of, do we even need missions to be a U-boat captain? I mean, it kind of adds nice direction to things, but I guess we could just go and do our own sinkings? I don't know. This turn has me concerned. Whoa! What has me more concerned is that. How are we going to sneak past this?
Depth under keel is 15 meters, Captain.
I don't think we'll be going under it, but I'm very
Ship
concerned.
sighted. Bearing 330.
Especially
We are in shallow waters, Captain.
when most of the ship goes up. Crew! They must have new-aged Velcro shoes or something. I don't know how you guys are still standing on deck, but that's getting a little ridiculous. This is where we get nervous. Are you going to hit? I mean, it's missing its smokestack, so... I hope you guys are okay. That we're not going down on deck. Or down on the gun deck. We'll just continue and let that
Shut down diesel
that
engines.
poor freighter sort out its own troubles.
Ship sighted. Bearing 84.
So yeah, I'm not exactly entirely sure when the missions start popping for this, but
New waypoint.
I
Course
got to imagine
3,
it's
5,
at some
6.
point early on in July. So what do we want to do? Well, if we don't have any missions out in the North Atlantic, we are close enough. We could go take a little peek into Plymouth and see if that aircraft carrier is still there. Other than that, you know, maybe we'll just head out to the Atlantic, see what we can find. There should be a lot of good shipping lanes coming up through this route, obviously from Halifax to Britain, maybe even St. John's to Britain. But yeah, we'll take it from there. And I'll see you guys when I got something far more exciting than a freighter doing barrel rolls in port to take a look at. See you guys in a bit.
Aircraft spotted. Bearing 3. 3. Aircraft spotted. It's one of ours. Bearing 172. sir.
Man the deck gun!
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Secure the...
Alright, so first, apologies for the mic not working in the last section. You know me and that stupid mute button that sometimes doesn't work. Anyway, we are way out in the middle of the ocean, and we've come across a lone British freighter out there somewhere. So we are just gonna close in on this guy. Very good. He's picked up the wiggles. That means he can quite obviously see us. But we've been seeing him for a while. Now, this freighter is, admittedly, not the world's largest freighter, and it is going alone, but it's still early in the war. So I feel as if it's absolutely a justified target. And the deck gun. Thank you, sir. And we will just wait to get a little bit closer. The waves, they're a little rolly. It would be nice to close in, get closer, so that we're not, you know, expending the world's largest amounts of ammunition. I guess, under time acceleration, Max was still firing. That makes sense. I did tell him to man the deck gun and target the ship. He's just doing his job. The engagement range is a little far, though. Perhaps I should secure it. I mean, sure, we hit it, and we got her on fire. But yeah, maybe, for the sake of saving ammunition, secure the deck gun for now. We'll get in closer, and then we can tell Max to engage. You know, just as we get a better firing solution on this guy. And let's maneuver in on this map so we're not stuck, you know, getting sick from all the bobbing. We are 2 kilometers away. I would like to close that distance. That's looking better. All right. Dieter, man the deck gun. And then the deck gun crew can start, you know, close range laying into this guy as is better. So let's just make him out on the mini-map. That's fine. I think this is just going to be another Euclid. Or some, you know, smaller 1,000-ton, 1,500-ton type of warship. Ha! Freighter. It's a freighter. Max, my friend. Qu'est-ce fuck, buddy? You're firing way too high. Maybe I just had to come down here and stand on the firing deck with them. There we go. That's gone. Good. Tiger stripes still remain. That's even better. What you pointing at, sir? There's nothing out there, don't worry.
Yes,
Dieter,
sir.
secure the deck gun. Thank you very much, sir. That ship's going to burn. And burn. What was it? It was a Rongel a small old split for 24. So that's 1,000 tons more than I thought we'd get. That's not too bad. I think what we're gonna do is just kind of set up
Course 6. New waypoint.
a little haphazard ocean patrol here. Let's scope out on our subsystems. Plenty of fuel. Battery power is fine. Hull integrity is fine. We should have all the torpedoes in the world. That's good. So yeah, we'll continue on. Still no missions. I think my cutoff will be the 7th. I feel like the 7th of July. By then we should have some sort of mission in this area to actually do things. So we'll see if that happens. That's about it. We'll see you guys when I got something far more exciting to share. See you in a bit. Alright, so a couple things. One, there was some smoke there. But as far as I can tell, there's nothing concerning about that. We are out in the middle of nowhere. And we've come across, way out there, a group of 4 ships. Now, when you see 4 ships in a formation kind of like this, you generally know that they're not freighters. Generally 4 ships like that, and we can see now that those guys, 5 indeed, those guys are indeed destroyers, and we want nothing to do with them. They will just be rude and annoying. Why are you coming back?
Engage electric motors. Current depth 10 meters.
8 kilometers out, so outside of torpedo range. Outside of torpedo range, still within visual range, we've got a dumb destroyer with the wiggles. I think this is outside of torpedo range. Let me see here. Oh, I stand corrected. A slow-moving torpedo on the surface may indeed hit this guy. Now, I'm not hoping that this shot is going to work. I'm not even thinking this shot is going to work. But,
Torpedo depth set to 1 meters.
you know, it's a possibility. Because all this guy's going to do is run in circles over there. And that's going to be annoying. Because we're not going to be able to shoot him. Well, we're not going to be able to shoot him. Here I am trying to line up a freaking shot on him. We're not going to be able to stay away from him, is basically what I'm saying. That guy's going to stay at 8 kilometers away for the rest of time. Did I not, like, lock? I swear I got a lock on that guy. Because that torpedo, I mean, that just looks well off course. Realizing absolutely that, yeah, like what
2, 5.
the
Ready.
fuck am I supposed to do here? Well, at least he's getting closer. I mean, I guess it's night. He would have to stay closer. If we drop the periscope, because indeed, that could be all of our problems. No. No. Nope. Nope, nope, nope. He's going to stay there with the wiggles at about 6 kilometers. So, let's try this again. Oh, well, we can't even get a lock on him now. Does that mean we can surface and go?
Speed ahead. Recharging batteries.
Not in the slightest.
Periscope depth.
We're gonna need to get under effing quick here. But at least we got him closer. Now, my concern, of course, is that it's gonna be for naught, and oh, that is
Pressure hull taking damage.
probably not good for the submarine in the slightest. It doesn't look like we've got a damage model. Of all the things that could use a damage model, your own ship doesn't have one. Okay, well, let's get under. That
Pressure hull breach.
that
Pressure
shouldn't
hull repaired. Shut
freaking
down diesel engines. Recharging batteries.
hit us a
depth,
mile away.
10 meters.
How bad are we? 87. I was expecting worse, honestly, after taking hits of the nature that we took. Otherwise, let's see here. This guy should be close enough now, right? Oh, definitely close enough. So we can go full speed, I think. Let me measure this. Just to be safe, I'll need a repeat of,
Target marked. Firing tube 5.
now, I mean, he turned directly for us here. I don't know if our torpedo is going to take that into account. Something tells me that that torpedo shot is still going to be a miss. As is kind of expected. Oh yeah, that's a wide miss, isn't it? Now, the unfortunate thing is those were, both of my rear-facing torpedo tubes. So what do we do now? If we want to kill this destroyer that we probably should kill. Well, we got a couple of options. I mean, obviously this guy knows where we are.
Depth under keel is past safety depth.
So we could go like,
New depth
5
meters.
95 meters under, and probably kick it up to speed 2. Hopefully the hull can handle that.
Torpedo
And
missed some.
in fact, let's get that down
Current
just so
depth,
we're
20
a little more
meters.
streamlined. Hopefully the Grey Wolf can handle that depth, and then we can kind of just like
Current depth 30 meters.
avoid this
Current depth,
destroyer as best we
40
can.
meters. Current depth 50 meters. Current depth 70
I mean, the
meters.
fact
Current depth
that we're
80 meters.
still, like, I feel like we could
Current
probably,
depth
it looks like we're leveling
90
out.
meters.
That's good. Maybe
Half
more
ahead.
speed?
Current depth 100 meters.
I hope. Like, I get that, there's the whole dive plane adjusters up on the front of the boat here. Like, you see those things that are sort of angled. That helps us maintain a depth. I just hope we don't have to keep going at speed 3 to maintain 100 meters. Because if we drop it down to speed
Minimum
1,
speed ahead.
right, we're going to start, like, seriously dropping. So, the problem with that is that these subs aren't designed, battery power-wise, to stay underwater at anything stronger
Current
than,
depth,
like,
110 meters. New depth 80
speed 2 for an
meters.
extended amount of time. Right? So, Like, now we're starting to come back up. Slowly but surely, anyway. I'd like to think we've completely lost that destroyer, and indeed it looks like we have. Now, I still have faith in the Royal Navy's ability to stick to a submarine and wiggle like mad. Okay, let's go up to periscope depth.
Periscope depth.
And let's see if we can maybe get an understanding of what's going on in life.
Minimum speed ahead.
So, yeah, there's the destroyer way back there that we can't even get a visual on. But I don't think...
Escort sighted. Bearing 191.
I don't think he's doing anything other than circling that one area. So, yeah. There we go. I figured out how to beat the Wiggles. It just requires going down to ridiculous depths. You know, that's all you got to do. It's July 8th. We don't have any new missions. There's one last thing we can do. So it is exactly what I'm going to do. We're going to head back to Lorient. And we're going to do a rebase. And see if that fixes things. So that's the plan for the rest of the day. Hopefully we get it fixed up. If not, we'll just start with Happy Times next week with the same crew. Only all of them will have amnesia. Such is life. We'll get a new boat. Things will continue. Let's get on the surface. Let's go speed 3. And I'll see you guys when we get back in port. See you in a bit. So I got back to port, ended the patrol. 4 out of 10 victory points obtained. You failed to achieve strategic goals established by High Command. The war continues, but Germany will deeply feel the setback, and the enemy grows stronger. So, just to, you know, just to continue the series, I think we'll start next time with a new crew on the 15th of June, 1940. Happy Times. For those wondering, and taking a look at this saying, hey, History Nerd, how are you going to do that? In this screen, type in... Thought it was full auto. But like auto spelled O-T-T-O? Let me try this again. Maybe it needs to be all capitalized. Hold down the shift. F-U-L-L-O-T-T-O. No. Well, there is a way for me to continue on this way. So, because I mean, obviously it says, hey, you can start that. Can we start this? We cannot start this. Stupid broken game is broken. We'll come back. We'll start in Happy Times. Everything will be lovely. So, I'll see you guys next week with another continuation of Silent Hunter 5. Thumbs up if you enjoyed today's episode. Leave your comments, questions, concerns, thoughts, jokes, musings, what have you below. Let me try this right here. Fine, we'll keep that name. Can I just start there? But that used to work. Give me a moment while I Google this on my phone. Because it's critical to the continuation of the series. Silent Hunter 5 Campaign Unlock. No, come on, there was... There's gotta be a way to do this. I will figure it out off camera and continue. The whole point of the no mission bar was to avoid crap like this. And I think it's just because we put in when we were damaged and the mission completion time like fell while we were in port, and that broke things. But don't worry, we'll figure out a way to start in the 15th of June. Oh, that's so frustrating. Fuck, sometimes I hate this game with a passion. And it's funny too, because like on the load screen there, as I was coming into Lorient, it said, here's the world's most successful U-boat in terms of merchant tonnage for the entirety of World War II, and it sunk 51 freighters. And while we may not have sunk 51, I feel like we had sunk enough ships for the BDU to be like, yeah, you're all right. But apparently not. Apparently not. Ugh. Okay, well, next week we'll continue. I'll figure out a way. Don't you guys worry. I guess, push comes to shove, I could always try and track down the Time Machine mod and see if we can get that working. Anyway, we'll see you guys next week. Thank you all very much for watching, and we'll see you next time.